Okay, the final song of book 2. First, let's do an A major 2-octave scale. So starting on your low A, you can think like, where is your lowest A? And if you're thinking, you would be correct, because A comes after G in the musical alphabet. Okay, so A major scale, 2 octaves, and then we'll also do the arpeggios, and these are all written out on page 27 if parents, you want to be looking at that. All right, so A major scale. Good, and excuse me, we are going to be doing the high 3s on G and D, right? Because we have C sharps and we have G sharps. So A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp. Okay, now the arpeggios. If you're looking in the book, for some reason it says to do 4th finger on the way up and down the scale. I don't do that. I always do open on the way up, 4th on the way down. Okay, so we did all that, and then I also want you to refresh on your tonalizations. And also when starting on, and also the, and the, so all 4 of the tonalizations that we do. Okay, now do some up bow circles. And so when you're practicing this, before you practice Boccherini minuet, maybe do this for like 15 seconds, 20 seconds. And then some thumb squeezes. So that's just for you, squeeze the thumb, squeeze. And really, I guess it's like squeezing the bunny, right? I kind of think like thumb and pinky squeeze too. Okay, then we're gonna do some up bow circles on 3rd finger on E, on that high A. So let's do, just write my notes, up bow, E3 circles, up bow circles at the tip in the air. Okay, so start by just like pretend up bow circles up here. And really feel like the weight of the arm is really dropping each time you do that up bow motion. It's not just a passive hand thing, it's your elbow doing this too. Feel your thumb doing work here, so feel your thumb power. And if you feel your thumb, you're gonna have tip power, right? That's when you have like the magnet power at the tip. You could even try that, like set the bow down there, mom or dad, flick the bow and see if it comes right back in. Okay, so now just do, make sure your 3rd finger is ringing. And so after you play that, you should hear bing after. If you don't, then it's not in tune. Excuse me. All right, so you do that for a while, then prep for the trio. Oh, yes. So let's do a bunch of notes on open D, like 8 or 9. And you're going to be climbing to the frog with all these. So how about like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, then we're going to add a D major scale in that. Again. Good, and then let's go the opposite way, starting big and then getting smaller. I think the same amount. Yeah. Okay, so now we're using big bows, and then we're going to be going closer and closer to the tip. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then we're going to add, excuse me, starting first finger on E and F sharp. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. I guess actually those D's I was doing probably too many. So dun 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 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Will probably make more sense to practice. Okay, then just doing smiles and circles, making sure it's the whole arm approach. Okay, so again, like if we're doing circles, we're not like those elbow circles we were doing. We're not just doing this. We are initiating from our back, so mom or dad can make sure that our shoulder blade is moving here. So smiles and circles, down bow circles and up bow circles, whole arm moving. The back is moving, the shoulders are moving. That's it for prep. Okay, so now we'll just play through, shouting out things at you as we go. Just look, yeah. There's gonna be some thumb squeezes in this. Maybe I should do that. In measure 9, and then see how I'm barring my first finger there? So you're gonna be using the whole pad of your finger. You're favoring the higher string, the A string, so like a little bit more pad on that one, a little bit more weight on that one, but your nail is still mostly up and down. It's just not the same. So it's like, yeah, mostly up and down, not completely, but it looks pretty much how, like, good, like the person's didn't strip a nail on the fingernail, but it's just placed differently here. Okay, so that's one thing I want to talk about. There's going to be a key change from A major into D major halfway through the piece. Oh, there's some harmonics in this one. Oh, actually, I'm looking at the book. They're not written in, but I always did them, and my teacher trainer gave us that to do. Interesting. I never realized they weren't printed in the book. Okay, so maybe that's like a cool, unknown thing that we're gonna do. That's it. There's not too much crazy here. Okay, so I'm gonna go through slowly, yelling at you. Okay. All right. So start with those pretend up bow circles at the tip. Your third finger's down the E string. Make sure it's like on the tape, or where it's supposed to be. Use the elbow. All right. So ready and thumb squeeze, fourth finger. Break. Thumb squeeze. I would do a fourth finger here. Quiet. Louder. Trill, starting from the, oh my gosh, is this our first trill? I don't know. So you just, as fast as you can, and you start from the top note, the high 2 to the 1. And then on the same bow. Do that one more time, then go on. Repeat. Thumb squeeze, And I would like it if you would say thumb squeeze out loud during that, because it's kind of a weird syncopated rhythm. Let's start from the beginning again. The second time through from the beginning. Thumb squeeze, thumb squeeze. Thumb squeeze, thumb squeeze. Fourth finger. Louder. That's a tricky one because it's a double string crossing. Oh, thank goodness we get really quiet there so you couldn't like really slow the bow down. Like, I'm cheating and kind of like stopping it. Okay, going on. Here's your barring thing. 4, high 3. Shh. Not too loud. Thumb squeeze. Same thing, trill from the top note. Yeah, same thing, do an open there. In the music, sorry, I know I'm stopping. In the music, it says fourth finger above both of those, but I wrote a little note to do open there because this is just such a fabulous place to practice a double string crossing because of the decrescendo there. It's just, it's an easier way to practice it. So open there. Okay. Repeat. So this here, you get quieter on that note. Really quiet but spunky. Like there it's just like really small bows but still like a meaty sound. Not too loud here. Thumb squeeze, thumb squeeze. This is all mezzo piano. A little louder. Quiet. Loud. Open. Okay, now key change to D major. And here's our dun, 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 dun. Okay, D major scale. I hope you're at the frog. Fourth finger. Circle bow, middle of the bow. Getting to the tip. Remember our prep spot. Thumb squeeze, thumb squeeze. Separate smile with the elbow. Repeat. Middle of the bow. Fourth finger. So open, 2, 1, open, 4, 3, 2. Let's do that again from the dun, 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 dun. Getting louder here. Fourth finger. Oops. Like, think off the string, off the string. Anyway, okay, I just love that little part there. Da, da, da. Okay, now. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. Thumb squeeze. So there's where you can do a harmonic. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. We're doing circle bows in between each one there, and the first time is louder than the second time. So let's do that. The not harmonic time is louder than the harmonic time. So let's do that again. So rest, rest, rest. Rest, rest. repeat. To make sure I do the right amount of times. Okay, this is the middle of the bow getting towards the frog. So that is that. Pretty much whenever you have these scale runs that are either going up or down, staccato eighth notes, well, if it's going up, then your bows are getting bigger towards the frog, and if it's going, the scale runs are going down, you're getting smaller towards the tip. Let's start again from the dun 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 dun. I messed it up. And with that part, think about doing kind of a tick-tock with your hand. So it's really just the hand doing a motion to get from the D to the D to the D. Okay. Yes, I told you what to do and then I did the wrong thing. From the smaller towards the tip. Okay, so then after all that, you do a DC Alfini. So you go back to the beginning and you play one time through each of the first two sections. So the first section is the da 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 da, and then instead of repeating that, you go on to the da 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 until the end, which is da 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 da, on the double string crossing. Okay. Let me play through the whole thing now without yelling anything out, because I know I was stopping there and saying things. So this way, just so you can really hear how it goes. So if this is your first time doing this practice video, at this point, I would just stop and listen and then see if you can hum along and understand how the pattern kind of goes. Like we have the A parts. We do A, A, B, B, C, C, D, D, A, B. Wow, it's really similar to Gavotte, right? Gothic Gavotte. Like super similar to that. You just always have the two B's instead of the one B the first time through. Interesting. A, A, B, B, C, C, D, D, A, B. The A part is the until the, so that's the A part, and then the B part is the until the C part is the, and the D part is the to the end. Okay, so maybe listen to me, make sure that kind of makes sense, understanding the form of it. Make sure you can hum this before you play it. And then when you want to play along with me, you can slow this video down on YouTube. You can do that. And so you can play with me, watching for fingers and bowings. But I'm going to try not to say anything, okay? So, ready, go. One thing I did incorrectly was at the very end there when you go, it's pretty much right into not such a big pause. And I did the same thing at the end of the B part, the second time going to the C part. So I did too big of a pause there. It's a very small pause there. Okay. Gosh, the end of book 2. Pretty cool.